Hello my gorgeous cuties out there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Brianna. I also go as Bri, and I am just a crazy lover of makeup, fashion, and all that fun glittery stuff. So if those are things you are also interested in, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family we got going on. But anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be playing with the new Mikayla palette. This is the collaboration with Mikayla X Glamlite. She created this gorgeousness right here. So I'm going to just do a review, do some swatches, and create 3 looks with the palette. So if you are interested in seeing all of that, then keep on watching. Alright my love bugs, it has been so long since I last posted on this channel. I think it's been about 3 weeks because I have just been traveling a lot. I wasn't able to pre-film. I wasn't able to even give you guys an update because things were just so fast. It was go, go, go. So I'm so sorry that it's taken me forever to post on this channel. But I have a lot of videos coming. You'll have a lot of reviews. I have so much things that have piled up that came in the mail. So be ready for that. But anyways, let's dive into this beautiful thing right here. I think Mikayla did such a good job. Like, I love this packaging. Like, it's mesmerizing and it's pretty. This is $42 and it has 30 shades in it, and it's with Glamlite, which is also an indie brand. They have an amazing formula. But here's the mirror. And there it's super big, and here are all the shades in here. Like I said, there's 30 shades. There's, I think, 16 mattes in here, 14 shimmers. I'll have the swatches pop up on the screen, but I love that they have darker, colorful mattes in here. They have some grungy shades. They have neutrals, so you can do a wide variety of looks. They also did release some, well, she also released some, I think, lashes, some lip glosses, some highlighters. You could also buy them in a bundle for $89. Now this palette, as well as the bundle, is on pre-order. So if you didn't get a chance to pick it up when it launched, you can still get it now. It said that it would be shipping out August 30th. So you still have a chance to pick up this beautiful palette. I don't know if it's limited edition. It doesn't say it is, so I'm assuming that they're gonna keep restocking, which is amazing because it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. And I'm very excited to create some looks with this. So I did also want to compare very quickly to the Ice Cream Dream palette because I saw a lot of comments when this got launched that it was just too similar to the Ice Cream Dream palette from Glamlite. I feel like there are similarities, but I feel like the palettes are different. Like, they have different things going on. Now they're both a half neutral, half colorful palette, so I can see on initial like view you're like, whoa, this look just the same, but they're definitely not. Now there are about 5 shades in both palettes that are either dupes or pretty similar, but I don't think overall that they're the same or actually dupeable. I think that these are more complementary palettes. This one has more darker colorful mattes in it. It has more jewel tone shimmers, and this one has more pastel mattes, more pastel shimmers, and I feel like this one has pretty different neutrals in it as well. So I don't think you would be disappointed if you picked this one up and already had the Ice Cream Dream palette. I think that they would work really well together. So I just wanted to do that comparison in case you were wondering about that. But anyways, that was everything I had to say about the palette. I think it would be a good time to now jump into the looks. Now it is time for look number 1. So here's the palette, and I think I want to do like a pink and blue look. I did prime my eyes with the icing eye primer from Glamlite, so hopefully it works well. I do like it. It's pretty opaque. It has a slight tack to it, and I think it's a good shade. The one that I picked was Buttercream. So let's now get into this. I think I'm going to start off with Masshole, that's a name. So I'm gonna start off with the darkest shade. I feel like that is usually my MO these days. Kind of like going in darkest to lightest. So I'm just putting that for placement. I feel like I need a more dense brush for this. So let me get this brush here and just kind of pack first. I felt like that one was a little too fluffy, what I was using before. Let's see. That's better. I definitely needed something that was more dense for this. I'm gonna go into Roddy this lighter blue shade. And I'm going to use that to blend the edge of that deep blue. Wow, this is very pigmented for a like pastel shade. It's definitely showing up really, really well. Now I want to go into Iconic, I think, but I think maybe I want to add a little bit of like this purpley shade right here called Pot 2. Oh, these names are classic. I'm going to use the same brush. I cleaned it off, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion. So I guess we're actually mixing some purple in this. Oh, these shades are all so nicely pigmented. I knew Glamlite would not let me down with their formula. So now I'm going to take Iconic, the pink shade in here, and I cleaned this brush off, and I'm going to use that to blend the edge and add some pink into it. So like kind of like a pinky purple. Let me get a smaller brush. I feel like I need something a little bit more detailed, and go into Iconic just on the edge. Yes, that looks really nice with this purple shade. So now we'll do the cut crease, which I am terrible at doing a cut crease, but I will give it a try. I got some concealer, and I'm just going to cut out my lid. I'm just gonna put a little here and just fill it out. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm gonna take it. I don't think I'm gonna go any further. So I'm gonna take the little detailed brush I was using before, and I'm gonna go back into Mass Hole and just use that on the edge. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of Audrey on the outer edge, like closest to the deep blue. Just gonna take another flat brush and go into that one. It's more of a teal. There isn't like a true like deep blue shimmer in here. And I'm gonna use that out here. Oh yeah, that looks good. It has a lot of little shimmer specks in it. Ooh, yes. I'm gonna use a little bit with my finger just to amp it up some more. That looks really, really stunning. So now I'm going to go into Immaculate, this shimmer right here, which is a nice little like pinkish purple. And I'm gonna use that here. Oh, I feel like I look like a little mystical fairy. I love this color combination. And now I want to go in the inner portion with Simpin'. That's hilarious. And I'm going to clean the flat brush off really quick and pick that up on the brush. And I'm going to just dab that all in the inner part. So now I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I think I want to take Iconic like in the inner portion just to get more pink into this look. I want to take a little bit of Pot 2, the purple in the center here. And then I want to use Mass Hole, the dark blue on just the edge, just to connect up to that upper corner. I think that looks good. I had a little bit of fallout, but I think that looks really, really good. I wanted to just amp up the pink on this look. So I think I'm going to just, what do I want to use in the inner portion? I think I want to use maybe this little icy shade in the center. This is called Nas. And I'm going to use the pencil brush I was using before, just clean it off. And I want to wet it because I want the shimmer to really be amped. Surprisingly, I didn't use any glitter glue in this look, which is shocking for me. But I think we're doing just fine without. Yes, that looks so good. I think that's really tying the look up. It's like a really icy, light blue. And I think that is it for the shadows that I'm going to put on my eyes. So I'm going to do some liner, mascara real quick, something on the lips, and we can wrap this up. Okay, so here is the look all finished. So what I did really quickly off camera, I just want to make this quick so we can get into the next look, was the cereal liner from Nabla. I did a wing. In the waterline, I'm using the Colourpop gel liner in Good Reef. I don't think this is available anymore. And then on my lips, I went in with this little nudie stick. This is from Hourglass. It's like a deluxe sample size, and this is called Influencer, I think. And I think that's it. Oh, and then for mascara, I went in with the Chanel La Base primer and the Major Pleasure mascara from Nabla. And that is how I completed this very colorful, bold look. So let's now go into look number 2. Time for look number 2. I did take off the look 1 because I'm filming it same day. There is a little bit of staining from like that pink shade. Nothing too crazy. I do still have a little bit of shimmer specks, but I wanted to film multiple looks so I could get through this video. So let's get into this. I'm gonna stick to the greens, be a little grungy, and then I think for the third look I'll do something neutral. So I want to do a halo eye. I'm gonna start off with Freetown. Take this flat shader brush. It's a little thicker, a little bit fluffier, and I'm just going to start laying that down. Ooh, have some creases here, and put it on the outer part too. Let's make, I probably should dust off the excess because this one is very pigmented, even more pigmented than the blue one, I think. Now I want to go in with Loop, and I'm gonna get a more fluffy brush here. I think I want to use this one. That's a little bit more detailed. And we're going to go into Loop. We're just going to go into that grungy green. I love a good grungy green. I live for a grungy green. And I'm just going to use that all on the edge. Just connect up here. So I want to go back in with the other brush and go back into Freetown. Just to deepen it up, since we lost a little bit of it when we went in with the crease shade. Just build it up and kind of bring it into the crease. So now I want to lay some concealer in the center. Just do a little halo stitch in the middle. And I'm just gonna put concealer. Any concealer will do if you're like, you know, following me here. So now I want to go in with Bonehead, the deeper green shade. Pick it up with the brush, and I'm going to use that on the edges. Let me actually wet the brush. I just feel like wetting the brush or using glitter primer just helps these shimmers so much more. So I'm going to just stick it on the outer edge here, and we'll go with a different shimmer in the center. So I'm going to go take my finger now into Bonehead and just tap over that. Tap over this. We'll go back with the mattes and like fix everything. Yes. So now I want to lay down the stunning shade here on the palette, like limey green shimmer, and use that all in the center. I feel like I want to use a little bit of glitter primer. And I'm going to just dab it with my finger in the center. This is from NYX. I'm going to clean off the flat shader brush. And I'm going to pick up the stunning shade. And I'm just going to lay that pretty much just in the center. That's where I want to concentrate it. So let me use my finger and dab over that in the center. And I'm going to go back into Bonehead on the edges here and do it on this edge. Yes, I think that's good. So I'm going to go back into this flat brush, and I'm going to go into Freetown, the deep teal matte, and just bring that back and make the edges more seamless, just so everything flows nicely. So I think I want to take an even smaller brush, like a little pencil brush, and I think I want to add Handy, the yellow shade, on the edge of that green, just to add some more to the look. I don't know, I feel like I want to use more shades, and I feel like the yellow would definitely complement this look a little bit. So I'm just going to use that on the edge of the green. So what we're going to do now is figure out what we want to do on the lower lash line. I think I want to just keep it like with the Freetown shade on the bottom. Just keep it like one color, and I'll like blend the edges a little bit with the green. There's a little bit of fallout as I'm putting this one, so you might want to like kick off the excess or do your face makeup after you do your eyes. But I usually do my face makeup first. I'm taking that a little too far down, so I'm going to take the little brush and go into loop and use that to blend out the edge and add some green. I think that it looks good. So what I want to do is I want to put a matte shade in my inner corner, so I want to use the best color, and I agree that is the best color in this palette. And I'm going to just take a pencil brush and I want to pack that on in the inner corner. I just think that will look so nice and add a little bit more interest to this look, even though it's interesting enough. Good choice. I think that was a great choice. Oh, I am so happy with that. I'm happy we went with that. Well, I'm happy I went with that. So yes, that is my grungy green halo eye. So I think this is good. I don't want to put on any more shadow. So I want to just put on some liner, mascara, figure out the lip situation, and I'll be right back. So what I did off camera was I did a little wing with the About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Smoke Signals. I have it all over me right now, but it's a very dark green. Made a beautiful wing with that. And then in the waterline, I went in with the gel liner from Lethal Cosmetics. This is the shade Equalizer. Wanted a bright green in the waterline. Went in with the same mascara thing. I used the La Base mascara from Chanel, the primer, and the Major Pleasure mascara from Anabla. And I just left the lip the same. I didn't feel like changing it. And that's what I did. And I am such a fan of this. Really like this. I love how it came out. I'm just loving everything I've been using so far. So that will wrap it up for look number 2. And now we will get into look number 3. Okay, now it is time for look number 3, and I'm going to do something more on the warm neutral side with maybe a pop of color. So let's just dive in. So I think I want to start off with Simba. So I'm actually going to start off with the like lighter colors instead of going in with the darkest color. Just try it out, see how it works. I'm going to just put that all in the crease as a starting off transition shade. I'm always down for a nice corally matte. I'm like covering my face. What am I doing here? And I'm just going to use it all in the crease. Just fluff it around. This is pretty pigmented as well, so it's definitely picking out really nicely on the brush and going on the lid really nicely. So I think I want to go into Buffalo Chicken, the more orangey matte, and add that into the crease as well. I want to just get it a little bit more warm, a little bit more orangey. I feel like this is leaning a lot more pink than I wanted it to. So now I think I want to go into Hot Cocoa, this kind of warm toned brown. I'm going to use this brush right here. I'm just going to concentrate that like a little lower and more in like the outer corner section. Like I said, I want to just keep this real chill. So now I want to go in with Willow which is super, super dark brown. I feel like it might even lean a little plummy, but we're gonna use a little bit of that in the outer corner. I'm just gonna pick up Willow, this little brush here, and I'm just gonna concentrate it on the outer corner. So yeah, I'm just gonna use it all in the outer corner. I just wanna deepen up this look, have it a little bit on the smoky side. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I want to add the pop of color. So I think I want to pull in the green, like little dirty green shade that we have down here. And I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line. I don't know, I just want some green in this look. I feel like orange and green look so good together. So I'm just concentrating that on the lower lash line. I think this looks really good. I like the vibrancy of the green, and it's doing pretty well for a powdered base that it's being put on. It has like nothing really to adhere to, and it's still showing up. So I want to use some of the shade Stunning, the shimmery green, in the inner portion of the lower lash line. So I'm going to take a little bit of glitter primer from NYX just in the inner part, just to make sure it sticks and we don't have too much glitter fallout. And then I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into that shimmery green and just lay it right there. Oh my god, that is so vibrant. Just concentrate that right in the inner portion. So now I want to take a little bit of Willow on the outer portion just to keep the consistency with the depth on the outer part and the bottom. Just want to add some of that. And now I want to lay down some glitter primer all over my lid where we're going to put shimmer down. So let me get a little bit more glitter primer. Like I said, I'm using the NYX glitter primer, which is my favorite and only one that I use. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do. And now I'm going to start off, I think, with Cookie, the kind of bronzy brown shade. And I'm going to use that on the part closest to the deep matte. Just lay that down. I feel like this shade will transition really nicely into the Willow shade. And I'm going to go over with my finger just a little bit. And now I'm going to just use the same brush. I'm just going to clean it off really quickly. I'm going to go in with Accent. That's like kind of goldeny, coppery shimmer, and I'm going to use that in the inner part. And now lastly, I want to take a little bit of Glow Up in the inner portion and wrap that into the inner corner as well. And I'm going to just stamp it right here. I feel like this one is struggling to really pick up on the brush. So I'm going to go in with my pinky right here, and I'm just going to push that on with the pinky. Okay, so I think that's it for the shadows that I'm going to use on my eyes. I'm really feeling this little pop of green. So I'm going to go off camera and, you know, do a wing, put some mascara on and all that, figure out something for my lips, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I zoomed out a little bit and I just wanted to let you guys know how I completed this look. So I just went in with this Seraphine Botanicals Lunar Liner and did a little bit of a wing. I went in with the Chanel Intimidable Intense Mascara, and then for my waterline I used the LA Girl Neon Shockwave Eyeliner in the shade Gotcha. And then I think, oh, and then for my lips, I am using the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade Libra, keeping it neutral on the lips. So that was it for look number 3. So let's wrap up so I can give you guys my final thoughts. I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts and my first impressions on the Mikayla palette. I think it's amazing. I love this packaging. I could stare at it all day. And I think Mikayla did a great job. She created such a beautiful palette. I love that there's a big mirror in here, and I love the color story. I love that there are deep, colorful mattes in here, that there's neutrals, grungy shades. You can just do a wide variety of looks with this, and the formula is very consistent to the usual Glamlite formula. The mattes are very pigmented and blendable. The metallics are really sparkly and beautiful, so I'm very happy with this palette. So if you've tried like the Ice Cream Dream palette or any of the other palettes, you pretty much already know the formula if you've used those ones. So if you like the color story, you like Mikayla, you like Glamlite's formula, I think you would be very happy with that palette. So that is my thoughts and first impressions. I'll definitely have to try it more and see if like all the shades are similar, but I tried most of them and I was happy with all of them and the looks that I created. But let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy this video? Let me know which look was your favorite. Are you gonna pick up the Mikayla palette? Did you already pick it up? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you like fashion, makeup, beauty, and all that fun stuff, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family we have here. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to check out the description below. I'll have the palette linked, I'll have Mikayla's information linked. I will have other videos that you might be interested in watching on my channel, as well as my contact information. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty, so I would love for you guys to join my Instagram fam as well. And I just hope that you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you love and light. But until next time, bye guys.